Okay, I'm back again. Freedom through Christ. Um, I guess this video is going to be about the spiritual bondage of um, fear. Yeah. Fear controls people, and that's obvious. Therefore, it is bondage. It's a type of bondage. It is a type of spiritual bondage. And anything that controls you is a form of spiritual bondage. It's a form of spiritual slavery. And at the last part of my video, my very last video, the finale of the conclusion of the spiritual bondage, I will post scripture to back up what I'm saying. The scriptures would not say anything about this is spiritual bondage, that's spiritual bondage, this and that, and because for one thing, a lot of stuff that leads people into spiritual bondage was not around at the time the Bible was written. If I got off topic and I ended up talking about something else, then I will provide scripture for it in the last video. Now, fear. There's many different kinds of fear. And there's one type of fear. And in the Bible, the Greek word means, it's more like a respect or, just, and that's not actually a bondage at all. I just seen another video, about, well, I guess I'll talk about that in the spiritual bondage concerning that. But yeah, sometimes people fear to talk about God because of how people would think. There's some people, they fear, talking about God will get them arrested. And in some places, like preaching against what God says is wrong, is considered a hate crime. Homosexuality, for example. I think a lot of Christians are called homophobics. Phobia means fear, and I think that word implies that we're afraid of people who live in that lifestyle. Anybody who's against that recognize the fact that those people are in spiritual bondage themselves, and with everybody accepting that lifestyle, telling them that there's nothing wrong, it pushes them more into spiritual bondage, and it's gonna be harder to free them from it. It's gonna get harder to make them, for them to understand. But that's another video on spiritual bondage. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about the spiritual bondage of fear. And then there's fear that leads people to doing dangerous things. There's the fear of loneliness and the fear of losing your friends can cause people to give in to peer pressure. And I think that's how people end up getting into. Some people end up drinking for the first time, or using drugs, or doing some other dangerous stunt. Let's see, how long has it been? 6.5 minutes? No, 5.5 minutes. Let's see, fear, what else about fear? Can't think of anything else about fear. So I guess I'll talk about another spiritual bondage that can be related to fear. That can let's see. No, I can't really think of anything. 7 minutes. Okay, I guess that's it for the spiritual bondage of fear. Can't really think of anything else right now. I guess that's one of the. I probably should have saved this for like my last video or something on this subject.